Hi Innovators, Fancy here. Welcome back to my channel where I share my journey in hopes to inspire you to live life as an innovator. Meaning living your authentic life and staying true to your journey. In today's video, we are going to be discussing, or I will be sharing with you, the importance in building feminine communities and how they keep us as women empowered. So without further ado, let's get into it. So speaking personally, I just want to premise this video with saying I have experienced the true value of building a feminine community and how this circle of women has been able to just empower me and have such a strong influence in the foundation of who I am as a woman. And I tell you, I have a wide network of women that I pour into and they pour into me. And, for me, I have so many different walks of life in my life, from mothers, sisters, daughters, teachers, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, women that are activists in the community, just doing everything. And I'm here to tell you, as someone who has built these relationships and has been able to sustain these relationships over the years, for me, it has really propelled me forward as a woman and also as a feminine woman that's on this journey, right? As an entrepreneur, as a career-driven woman. And there's so many other aspects to life that I will embark on throughout my journey, and these women have and will be there for me in the future. So I want to share some tips with you as to how you can hopefully build a feminine community if you don't have one already, and some ways in which that you can help sustain those relationships. So let's get into it. Starting with number one, I think this one is very important because as women, this is the type of space that we need, especially thinking through everything that we kind of go through in life. So number one is having a safe space. When you are able to be a part of a women community, you have a safe space. A space where you can let your hair down, you can be vulnerable, you can express yourself emotionally, you can talk about personal things that we all go through, right? And we just feel safe having these conversations with women that are like us. So you start to build environments where you all can come together, sit down, catch up, chat, get personal, get interpersonal, and just be able to, again, be vulnerable, which is very important for women to do, especially feminine women. We want to have spaces where we're able to emotionally express ourselves and come together and just have venting sessions sometimes, which is so important, which is why, it's mind-boggling to me when I hear women say that they don't have women friends or a women community that they could go to, or a feminine community, that they can rely on. It's slightly mind-boggling to me because I can't relate to that. I honestly don't know what I would do if I did not have my network, my sisterhood, my circle, my village, to just talk things over with, express yourself, catch up, even if it's over a glass of wine or some coffee, the gym. There's so many different aspects in which you can create a space for you all to have, to share, to bond, and to meaningfully connect. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to negate situations where people have had negative experiences with women. I'm not trying to say that they don't exist. They very much do exist. But one of the tips that I would want to share with you is, I think one of the initial steps into creating this type of community, when it comes down to creating a safe space, is also making sure that you are creating a safe space within yourself. You want for your own self to feel safe with you, be able to express yourself emotionally, even when you're by yourself. I do a lot of breath work. I do different emotional techniques or exercises, if you will, where I talk to myself in the mirror. I allow myself to be scared. I allow myself to be sad. I allow myself to be angry, whatever it is, and be open with myself and be honest with what it is that I'm feeling. And when I'm able to create a safe space for myself, in return, other women feel safe with me. So they're able to disclose with me, and I also feel safe with them, so I'm able to disclose with them. So all in all, number one is you are able to have a safe space when you are able to build these communities, and you can also create a safe space as well and have these women that you want to interact with feel safe with you too. Getting into number two, having a network of women provides you with support, whether that be professionally or personally. I'll tell you, in my own personal life, I have had many situations where I've had to rely on my circle, my village. Just to share a personal story with you, I've had to reach out to a sister in my network and let her know that, you know, I was transitioning, I was starting over, and I needed a place to stay until my new place was ready. So just from a personal experience, being able to tap into my network and reach out to one of my sisters in that way is just so impactful. From a professional level, I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself, right? Where we're able to create so many new opportunities for each other. If you have a village or a circle, I should say, where you all can rely on each other, pour into each other, foster a culture of empathy, and just have a robust support system from a personal level and a professional level. But professionally speaking, there's more opportunities that can come about when you have a network in that way. I mean, just speaking from an entrepreneurial perspective or from the business industry, women are gradually closing the gap in the business industry. I mean, there's so many of us that are starting businesses, climbing up in our careers, working hard, getting more educated, investing in ourselves so we can just become better overall, especially from a professional perspective. You know, we're career driven. When you have a network of women that, from a professional perspective, that could give you career advice, give you some tips on how to navigate certain business situations or career or professional settings, these are all benefits to having a feminine community and the importance of nurturing that. So I will say, for me personally, we leverage each other a lot in that way, whether it's me giving someone advice from a human resources perspective or even an entrepreneurial perspective, or, you know, me reaching out to someone who has a certain niche and I need advice in this area, and I'm able to call them up and, hey girl, hey, I have this issue, like, what do you think? So these are all benefits in which, from a support system perspective, you're able to leverage your feminine community. Number three is honestly one of my favorites, and that is you are able to have your own cheer squad. You are able to shine a light or a spotlight on the women within your network, and that's something for me that I take very much to heart, because I think this is one of the major ways I have been able to sustain this network for so long and continue to build and acquire more and more powerful women to be a part of the circle, is by shining a spotlight and also bigging up my sister, bigging up my friends, bigging up my network, and letting them know, hey, I see you, I appreciate what you're doing, and I also acknowledge the impact that you've had on my life. So I want to share that with others. I want to recognize the great work that you're doing within not only our community, but other communities that you're serving. So for me, being able to have a cheer squad, where it continues to motivate you. I will say my circle of women that I we continue to cheer each other on, encourage each other, motivate each other, and uplift each other, even if it's from a physical perspective where they're literally here working with you. We have working sessions sometimes, creative sessions. Every year we do vision boards, like just anything that can help empower us and keep us inspired. Spiritually, we're always pouring into each other, praying for each other, speaking powerful things over our lives. These are the things that, or benefits, I will say, that you're able to get when you have a solid network of women around you. Being able to have your own personal cheer squad and being able to shed light or have a spotlight on your sister, just to showcase and let the world know that you appreciate this woman or these women in your life and how much of an impact they're actually making. Number 4, the fourth way in which you can build a feminine community, or the importance of having a feminine community, is you adopt a mindset of lifelong learning. So in order to sustain relationships like this, or to be able to build, you have to have an open mind, and you have to have the understanding of growth and expansion. As feminine ladies, we understand the value of sharpening up our skills, learning new skills, and being an asset to our communities. This is something that I truly value as someone who is, I would say, a student of life. I love to learn. I'm a very curious person, so I always want to find better ways to do something, and also just be abreast on different topics. So going back to my own personal network and having a wide range of different walks of life within my network, we all have diversified backgrounds, and I think that is an added benefit to this, having this lifelong learning concept, right? Where you have, in my circle per se, again, we have mothers, wives, teachers, entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, the list goes on. But one of the things that I take away from having a wide network is the ability to learn from each other, and that we all have the understanding that in order for us to be of value or an asset to each other, we have to continue to learn. We have to continue to adopt and learn new skills, strengthen up our abilities, sharpen our niches, and just become experts within our field. So for me, just speaking up, just using an example, I have a few women in my circle who are mothers and wives. I'm not a mother yet, and I'm not a wife yet. But having these two in the circle is definitely giving me insight as to how that life will be, tips, tricks on how to just do that, have that life and do it with where it makes it seem like it's easy, but they already have the insight. So being able to be around women that have insight into their different worlds will allow you, again, to learn from them and vice versa. Okay, number 5, last but certainly not least, last way in which you can build or sustain a feminine community is by investing in yourself. I preach this a lot all through my channel. I even have a video on how you can invest in yourself, and I'll link it in the description box if you care to check it out. But investing in yourself is, sorry, Broadway is playing with like some bags over there. Broadway, come here. Come here, sit down. Almost done. Sorry guys. So investing in yourself, again, I talk about this a lot because I think the number one way to attract anything in your life is being the best version of you. So when we speak about having a feminine community, building or sustaining, understanding the value or the importance in it, you also need to understand the importance of investing in yourself and becoming the best version of you. So when you are out there and you want to network, you attract like-minded individuals. So for me, that involves, again, sharpening up your skills, being your best self, eating healthy, having a morning routine, reading, and just becoming knowledgeable in whether it's in your niche or in other niches, and becoming more confident within yourself. Because when you exude confidence, people will gravitate towards that life. That light. They're attracted to that. So for me, I listed this one as the last one, but it is one of the most important ones to know, is to invest in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, you'll be more confident to go out there, speak to different people, and be able to leverage all these other tips that I gave you earlier in this video. So all in all, these are the core, I will say, ways and I would say core ways to build or sustain a feminine community, while also talking about the importance of having a feminine community and understanding that when we build communities like this, we are building the foundational blocks that it takes to build meaningful connections with women that will help support you throughout your journey. And that's really all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for sticking this through with me and hearing all my tips that I had to share with you. I truly think that as a feminine woman going in your journey, it's very important to have a circle of women that can embrace you and that you embrace them, and you guys just go through life together and you have a solid, robust support system. So thanks again for watching this video. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and like the video so it can continue to get into the right hands, and I can continue to do the great work that I'm doing and sharing my journey with you all. So again, thank you, and I will see you in the next one.